Most engines are considered successful if they make it to 200,000 miles. At 300,000 miles, people start calling them reliable. At 400,000 miles, they become rare. But once an engine crosses 500,000 miles and keeps working day after day, year after year, something changes. It stops being an engine. It becomes a legend. And what's fascinating is that the engines on this list weren't necessarily the most powerful. They weren't the fastest. They didn't have the most advanced technology. In fact, many of them became famous for the exact opposite. They were simple, overbuilt, understressed, designed during a time when engineers cared more about durability than winning horsepower wars. Today, we're counting down 10 pickup truck engines that have repeatedly proven they can survive 500,000 miles and beyond when properly maintained. These are the engines trusted by ranchers, contractors, fleet operators, farmers, and truck owners who depend on their vehicles every single day. And before we begin, subscribe and turn on notifications for more truck history, reliability rankings, and automotive deep dives every week. Now let's count down the pickup truck engines that simply refuse to die. At number 10 is the legendary Toyota 22R. Few engines have earned a reputation as strong as Toyota's humble 2.4-liter four-cylinder. Introduced in the early 1980s, the 22R powered Toyota pickups during a period when reliability mattered more than performance numbers. On paper, there was nothing extraordinary about it. It wasn't fast, it wasn't powerful, and nobody bought a Toyota pickup because they wanted to dominate drag races. But they did buy them because they wanted a truck that would still be running decades later. The secret was simplicity, a cast iron block, a rugged bottom end, straightforward maintenance, and engineering that prioritized durability over everything else. Owners regularly report 300,000 and 400,000 mile examples, 400,000 miles, 500,000 miles, even 600,000 miles. And unlike many high mileage engines, these examples often remain smooth, quiet, and dependable. Mechanics frequently describe the 2UZ-FE as one of those engines that can survive years of neglect and still keep running. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it is incredibly difficult to kill. At number 8 is the Chevrolet 350 small block. There may never be another engine quite like it. For decades, the Chevy 350 powered everything from pickup trucks and vans to muscle cars and commercial equipment. Millions were produced, and millions earned a reputation for durability. The formula was beautifully simple: strong cast iron construction, reliable oiling, easy maintenance, affordable replacement parts, and enough engineering margin to handle years of abuse. The engine became so common that mechanics could practically rebuild one blindfolded. Farmers trusted it, contractors trusted it, fleet operators trusted it, and the reason was simple. The 350 rarely surprised you. It just worked. Even today, decades after many examples rolled off assembly lines, countless Chevy trucks continue operating with small block V8s that have accumulated hundreds of thousands of miles. When people talk about old-school American reliability, the Chevy 350 is always part of the conversation. At number 7 is the Ford 300 Inline-6. Ask 10 experienced mechanics to name the toughest gasoline truck engine ever built. A surprising number will choose this one. Produced from 1965 to 1996, the Ford 300 became legendary for one reason: it simply would not wear out. This engine wasn't designed to impress anyone. Its horsepower numbers were modest. Its acceleration was unimpressive, but torque was abundant, and durability was exceptional. The inline-6 layout naturally distributes stress efficiently. Ford then combined that design with heavy-duty construction and conservative tuning. Modern engines often struggle to earn the same legendary status as older designs. The 1G RFE is one of the exceptions. Found in Toyota Tacomas, FJ Cruisers, 4Runners, and various global truck platforms, this engine has become one of the most respected modern V6 ever built. What makes it remarkable is that it combines modern technology with old-school reliability. Many modern engines become increasingly complex and fragile. The 1G RFE managed to remain durable despite evolving emission standards and technological improvements. Tacoma owners frequently report crossing 300,000 miles with minimal repairs. Many surpass 400,000. Several documented examples have exceeded 500,000 miles while remaining in daily service. That's an extraordinary achievement in today's automotive landscape. The 1G RFE proves that reliability didn't disappear with modern engineering. It simply became harder to find. Now we enter the top 5, and this is where things become truly serious. At number 5 is the GM 6.0-liter Vortec V8. This engine became the backbone of countless commercial fleets. Found in Silverado HDs, Sierra HDs, vans, and work trucks, the 6.0-liter Vortec built its reputation 1 mile at a time. Unlike performance-oriented engines, the 6.0 wasn't pushed to its limits. It produced solid power while remaining comfortably within its engineering capabilities. That matters, because engines tend to last longer when they aren't constantly operating near maximum stress. Fleet operators quickly discovered something remarkable. These engines just kept going. 300,000 miles became common. 400,000 miles wasn't unusual. 500,000 miles became entirely achievable with proper maintenance. And because many of these engines lived hard commercial lives, their durability became impossible to ignore. The 6.0 Vortec isn't glamorous, but enthusiasts understand exactly what they're paying for. They're paying for one of the most respected diesel engines ever installed in a pickup truck. At number 3 is the Ford 7.3-liter Power Stroke. This engine has become the stuff of truck folklore. If you've spent any time around diesel owners, you've heard the stories. The ranch truck with 600,000 miles, the work truck with 700,000 miles, the fleet vehicle still operating after decades of service. Again and again, those stories seem to involve the 7.3 Power Stroke. Produced between 1994 and 2003, this diesel became famous for durability. Part of that success came from conservative engineering. The engine wasn't producing outrageous horsepower numbers. It wasn't chasing performance records. Instead, it focused on longevity, strong internals, reliable construction, and enough reserve strength to handle years of punishment. Many diesel specialists consider 500,000 miles entirely realistic for a properly maintained example. Numerous owners have surpassed that figure. Commercial operators across North America have accumulated staggering mileage figures. Hundreds of thousands of miles are common. 500,000 miles is entirely achievable. Many examples have gone significantly further. The inline-six architecture plays a major role. Compared to many V-shaped engines, inline-six designs naturally distribute stress more evenly and operate with exceptional balance. Combine that with Cummins' heavy-duty engineering philosophy, and you get an engine built for serious work. The 6.7 continues proving itself every year, and its reputation grows stronger with every mile. Which brings us to number 1, the undisputed king of pickup truck longevity. The engine that mechanics, diesel enthusiasts, farmers, ranchers, and truck owners have trusted for decades. What made it special wasn't what it had, it was what it didn't have. No complicated electronics, no sophisticated emissions equipment. The engine became so respected that clean second-generation Ram trucks continue commanding impressive prices decades after production ended. People aren't buying them for luxury. They aren't buying them for modern technology. They're buying them because they trust the engine, and trust is something money cannot easily buy. Looking at this entire list, a pattern begins to emerge. The longest-lasting engines aren't necessarily the most advanced. They aren't the most powerful, and they certainly aren't the most complicated. Instead, they share common characteristics: strong blocks, conservative tuning, excellent cooling systems, manageable operating temperatures, and engineering margins large enough to survive years of abuse. Whether it's the humble Toyota 22R, the legendary Ford 300 inline-six, the dependable Chevy 350, the respected 7.3 Power Stroke, or the king of diesel longevity, the 12-valve Cummins, these engines earned their reputations the hard way. Not through advertising campaigns, not through marketing brochures, but through millions upon millions of real-world miles, driven by real people, in real conditions, doing real work. And that's why decades after many of them left production, truck owners still talk about them with admiration. Because true reliability never goes out of style. So if you had to choose just one engine from this list for a truck that already had 500,000 miles on the odometer, which one would you trust to drive across the country tomorrow? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more truck history, engine rankings, reliability breakdowns, and automotive deep dives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.